afternoon. I'm Jessica Brown.
And I'm Erica Tarantel. We're interrupting programming to bring you a court-ordered meeting in the Karen Read murder case. We're expecting to learn what comes next after a mistrial was declared, maybe the date for a new trial.
The mistrial was declared 3 weeks ago when the jury said it could not come to an agreement. Since then, the defense filed a motion to dismiss 2 of the 3 counts against Read. Let's watch right now and see what's happening. Let's listen in.
Your Honor, Dina Giannetti for Karen Read.
Good afternoon, Ms. Giannetti. Good afternoon, Ms. Read. All right, so the case is scheduled today for trial assignment, and what I'd like to do is to get 3 dates. I'm aware that a motion to dismiss has been filed. I'd like to get a quick date on that, and I'm glad you're here, Mr. Weinberg, because I'd like it to be with your schedule. Then we need a trial date, and we need a final trial conference. So I was thinking on the motion to dismiss, can we do it a week from Friday? It would be for oral argument only.
From the defendant's perspective, yes, Your Honor.
All right, I think that's August 2nd, Mr. Clerk.
I'm going to be out of state. I return on August 3rd.
Okay. August 9th? Are you available? 2 o'clock. Are you available, Mr. Weinberg, on August 9th? Mr. Lally, is the Commonwealth available on August 9th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so that's for oral argument only, okay?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. All right, so given the schedule, and I assume whatever I end up doing on the motion to dismiss will be appealed, in an effort to make sure we have plenty of time, I would like to schedule the jury trial on January 27th. Is the Commonwealth available?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Ms. Giannetti?
That should be fine.
Okay, so January 27th for trial. And let's do the final trial conference the week of the 13th or even the week of the 6th. Do you have the calendar, Mr. Clerk, or any of those days?
Yeah, there's nothing, just not the 9th or the 16th, but all the days are open.
Your Honor, the only caveat, I don't have anything on the 27th. I'm clear for that day, but for the fact that I have a Superior Court trial scheduled to begin in Essex County on January 13th. There are multiple...
How long do you expect it to take?
That's what I was getting to. That could take longer than 2 weeks. I'm happy to have this case take priority over that, but that's...
No, we'll hold it for you day to day if need be, and I can contact the Essex Superior Court judge once you know who he or she is.
Yeah, that's not ideal. In terms of preparing for trial, I can't do 2 or 3 week Superior Court trial and then jump into this case. I can't do that.
Okay? So what are you telling me? You just said you're willing to make this a priority, so we'll stick with the 27th?
Well, okay. Well, why don't we do this? Let's put it on for the 27th. Let me see if I can make peace in Essex County. And then on the next date when we come back for oral argument, if I can readdress the court on that issue.
Okay, I'm happy to talk to Judge McCarthy, who's the garage up there, about this.
It's yeah, okay, that's great.
All right, so let's set it for the 27th. And why don't we do the 14th for final trial conference?
The 14th at 9 or 2?
2. If it turns out that we have, in excess of 35 or whatever motions and eliminate still at that point, let us know and we will try and get the whole day. Okay? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All eyes to the board, please. Meet 9 at 2 p.m.
You are listening to the status conference being held for the Karen Read case here. This is just weeks following the mistrial. We now know that the motion to dismiss, that will be heard for a hearing on August 9th, and the trial, the jury trial, will once again start on January 27th as it stands.
Yeah, so this motion to dismiss stems from the defense argument that two charges specifically, should be dropped against Karen Read. We'll just remind you that Read is charged with backing into her boyfriend, police officer John O'Keefe, striking him with her SUV. And so originally she was facing 3 charges. The defense would like 2 of those charges dropped, including the second-degree murder charge and leaving him to die, leaving the scene of a deadly accident. Those 2 charges, specifically because they say 2 jurors who could not come to an agreement on all of the charges have come to them to say they were unanimous in not guilty verdicts on those 2 charges. So they don't believe that Read should be retried for those. For some insight into that argument, we do have Martha Coakley with us, of course, the former Attorney General of Massachusetts, counsel now with Foley and Hoag. Martha, you're always here with us to explain all of this. Thanks again for being here. So if we would talk about this motion, explain to our viewers what this is.
So defense has filed several affidavits and a motion essentially saying they believe, based on at least 2 direct juror contact and some indirect contact with other 2 jurors, that the jury in effect had reached a verdict of not guilty on the murder charge as well as the lesser charge, that they were only hung on that motor vehicle charge, and that as a result of that, the judge should dismiss those charges. In other words, claiming that she's essentially acquitted and double jeopardy would attach to that. Prosecution is saying, no, that's not the law, that's not how this works. And you can tell the judge is giving a great deal of thought to all of these issues. We weren't sure if she would hear that argument today, but it technically wasn't up for today, and she, I think, wanted to make sure counsel had enough notice. She will hear oral argument. My guess is she will want to do a written decision, particularly since she noted whichever side loses on that will want to take it up on appeal. And that's also the reason why I think she put the trial date off into the first month of 2025.
So let me ask you this, because we talked about, you just mentioned the appeal. There were a lot of questions about what was going to be happening at the status conference here. Could this go on even further than that? I mean, what could happen in the meantime before all of these dates start?
Well, she'll decide that motion. The prosecution has made it clear they want to go forward on all 3 charges that she was indicted on. And whatever her decision is, she's allowing time if the side that doesn't like the decision, in other words, if she denies it, the defense would want to potentially take it up on appeal. That could move relatively quickly, but it still takes a while for it to go up the ladder, even if the appeals court would hear it. And so she's left that time period. My sense is that she will deny this motion. They will attempt to take it on appeal. The court could take it up, but also might say this is an interlocutory appeal, meaning it's in between and it's not one of the things we would decide here until and unless everything else is finished. So any decision further on that could be delayed until after the trial, if it goes forward in January, is completed.
So we're looking at live pictures of Karen Read now leaving the courthouse. She has supporters who have gathered there. She has folks who really are supporting the O'Keefe family and the prosecution there as well. So a large crowd, as we've gotten used to, is there in Dedham listening to what happens in this case. Martha, very shortly after the mistrial was declared, the prosecution said they did want to retry the case. And at the time, we were talking about the potential for not trying on all 3 charges. Once again, does it surprise you that it seems that that is their intention, despite the long time it took the jury to deliberate, that ultimately they didn't come to a conclusion, and the fact that there is word, at least according to the defense, that a number of the jurors were going to find her not guilty on the most serious charges?
Doesn't surprise me at this stage. The prosecution would say, by and large, we're going forward with all of these charges. That doesn't mean that they can't negotiate. That doesn't mean even on the eve of trial, before the jury is sworn, they could drop a charge. But they've indicated that they want to go forward with this. And at this stage where there's still some arguing over whether there was in fact a verdict that could be acknowledged on those other 2 charges, they are going to go forward with all 3 charges.
All right, Martha Coakley, we appreciate your time as always and your insight on this case and, of course, many others. Thank you so much. Once again, the retrial for the Karen Read case, January 27th. Of course, we're going to continue having coverage of all the developments regarding this case right here on News Center 5.
Yeah, have a good afternoon. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock.